We are here. We thank you very much for this interaction today, how we may be of service for you. All right. We would say to you that you are witnessing the duality unfolding in the world that you see outside of yourself. Remember, these are things that you will see more and more as you raise your vibration into the fourth density experience. You will begin to witness more of the darkness, not less. The more of the darkness is related to the ability to perceive more, but this does not mean that this is your reality. Please understand that as you move into fourth density consciousness, you are allowing yourself to be able to have a greater expansion of the field to witness. This does not mean that you are all of those things. You get to choose, and as the creator from an empowered position, you then get to decide which one you are matching, which one you prefer. It is not that all the things that you will witness will be that for you. You will just simply be able to perceive them all. You will be able to see much more of what is available to you, not necessarily what is yours. So you can then discern from your highest heart what is what you prefer, what is the matching that you decide to. And when you witness those in your community, as you would say for the UAP, UFO community, those who are on the path of cosmic knowledge, the awakening to the highest self, the awakening to the entryway to the grandest vision of the experience you call fourth density, that which leads into the non-physical, that which leads into all that is unseen from the physical realm. You will then begin to understand that as you come together on the similarities, those other aspects that you see around you now in that community that seem to be separatist, seem to be segregated, they will dissolve. They will come to understand that we are one community. And therefore, just keep plugging forward with what you prefer. Allow those who wish to create those ideas of the humanist segregational, these are habits, so to speak, that in other words, we kick them out, so to speak, if they are not homogeneous with our thought. And this is where the human psyche will need to dissolve in the comprehension of unity amongst your own is a necessity before you can have this unity with the rest of the universe, you see. The rest of the universe is already in the understanding that unity is based on the diversity of life. It is based on the concepts that all is valid, not that one is better than another. And therefore, as you begin to witness the things you don't prefer, you do not need to invalidate them. They are valid choices, even though they may not be yours. Therefore, you can simply allow, and you do not need to match theirs. You just simply need to understand that that is a valid choice for those who wish. Remember, our starseeds. Remember, dear one, you are part of a network. You are part of our family. You are part of the greater expanse of your higher self. This includes all beings, for all beings are starseeds. But those who are awakened, those who are on the path of the awakened starseed, understand that this is a place of doing the great work. This is a place where it is time to let go of those things from the human psyche. The things that were implanted long ago, these negative belief systems that you call the inferior complex or the idea of segregation. These were all part of the program, you could say, from the Garden of Eden. The idea of when the Anunnaki came and created the Homo sapiens and, you could say, tweaked the DNA of the Homo sapiens to kind of turn off the certain activations of awareness so that they could develop on their own, and also at that time so they could be subservient to the Anu, or the Anunnaki as you term them. And remember, these were part of an overall game that you decided to play. As you know, in the larger zoomed out picture, you are the Anu. You were them, and then of course they became other aspects of the society that you now know is assisting you from the cosmic realms. These would be, as you know from us, as the Council of Five, we are representations of many of these groups. However, that would be the Pleiadians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the Sirians, and many others. So the hybrids are also included in this. So we would ask you to understand that all of those beings had gone out and evolved on their own since that time period, and therefore have been assisting you since then to bring you up to speed, so to speak, to recognize that those from that particular group of the Anu, not all agreed with that decision. It was actually against their laws to do so. However, we can say that that aspect of them doing this was for your own gain as well, because as they tweaked and twiddled with your genetics, you could say, from the Homo erectus and the Homo habilis state of the natural hominin on your planet, they also gave you their DNA of the stars. They also gave you many things. And although some of them in that group at that time did not want the DNA to be turned on, they did not want those certain genetic markers to become activated, there was the Enki at that time that decided that this was important and decided anyway to go ahead and turn on those markers that would be activated at certain times of the awakening. And that, my dear souls, is now. And for you and for all of you who are on this path of great awakening, that you have chosen the path of ascension, you have chosen the path of raising your vibration, letting go of the negative beliefs, letting go of the thoughts that hold you back. For everything is here and now, and therefore there is nothing holding you back except what you deem is holding you back. These are the things that you believe to be true about your life, your experience, yourself, and all the connections that you have, your choices. So please understand, again, to wrap up, these things that you are witnessing in your exterior, in your outer world, are simply that which is a part of your choice. It is part of the buffet of life, you could say. And it is a delicious and wonderful buffet. Choose what you wish to serve on your plate and enjoy. And those that you don't agree with or you don't wish to have on your plate from this amazing ecstatic life display of buffet foods, all these foods are nourishing, even the ones that you don't prefer, for they all serve you. But just choose what you prefer. At this point, this is what the empowered state is all about. It is migrating from the old and familiar victim consciousness that things happen to you, to the idea that things are happening as you. So in between, there's the idea that things are happening for you, and that is kind of a bridge. But now, in this state of enlightenment, you must lighten up on yourself. You must recognize that the things that you are witnessing are simply options. They are simply choices. And that as the empowered creator that you are, you get to choose what you prefer. And as you continue to take the action on those excitements in what you prefer, you will then begin to completely, as you know, you are shifting billions of times per second through multi-dimensional aspects of who you are into a reality bubble where the people in your reality will start to become more like you. They will start to become more in alignment with all that you prefer as well. For this is how you create your reality. Remember, those that you see around you are not necessarily, they are individuals, but they are the reflective mirror of your own creation. You are creating versions of them. So the collective reality is not necessarily what you understand it. Understand, you are part of a whole, the collective, and yet the individual is also their own individual self. However, that is unfolding in their own reality. Therefore, you are experiencing your version of them in your own reality. So if you have 25 people in a room, for example, All of you are experiencing on a collective level an agreement to experience that together. However, each one of you is going to have a different take on it because it is their own particular bubble of reality that will be germane to them. What is relevant for them will become loud and pronounced, and what is not relevant may not be heard at all, even though it was spoken and you may have heard it very loud and clear. This is the experience, you could say, as to why people may live in an apartment building and maybe all of them except one experience a fire, and one in the same apartment building did not. The fire completely just avoided their entire apartment. These are how these things happen, you see, because we are creating our own reality. So take this concept with you when you have your CE5s, when you have your group gatherings to reach out to us for contact. What is relevant for you will unfold. So you may have a group of 25, let's say, people coming from all different consciousness levels. And as you are there facilitating a group consciousness to raise the vibration up, you may notice that some of them in the group will see certain things. They will experience things, and yet others in the very same group will say they've never seen it. They did not notice it. They did not perceive it. You see, this is what the Bashar has explained to you. As we have mentioned, you cannot perceive what you are not the vibration of. So once you contain it, then you will have the reflection of this. So if it is relevant for you, you will experience that, for all appointments have already been made. And your free will guide that, how you decide to walk down that hallway. So allow yourself the opportunity to be open. You do not need to make things occur. You simply need to allow them to occur as they need to. Trust that you have everything you need and that all appointments have been made, and if it's needed for you to see something, hear something, witness something, you will not miss it. Unless, of course, you are worrying that you will miss it. So allow yourself to be open. Choose what you wish as the empowered creator that you are, what you prefer in your life, and allow for all things to unfold in their perfect divine design. We thank you for this co-creation, and we will allow the channel to get back to her natural state. And we look forward to our next interaction in the next now moment. Farewell.